Yep, I said it. I said to you guys, it doesn't make sense that they want to discipline or they want to investigate Mkhwanazi now. Someone, somehow, somewhere in those big positions was blocking Mkhwanazi from being disciplined. Well, thank you, because City Press have released a story where they say the following: how Ekurhuleni officials blocked action against Metrocop linked to Cat Matlala. Thank God. And I mean thank God. I literally mean thank God, now we know something. So with that being said, I want us to read this article. Let's jump into the article. It says, I read it in your hearing. Internal report accused Mkhwanazi of fraudulent vehicle registrations linked to alleged underworld figure Vusmus Cat Matlala. Officials claim political interference stopped his suspension and charges, with one saying he was told Julius is not to be touched. City manager Mkhwanazi denied blocking the process, citing internal forensic investigation that found procedural flaws in the case. You know when they start speaking look at this English, procedural flaws. How is, some explanation doesn't make sense. Right now, the very same person is under investigation. So there are no procedural flaws right now. Well, I guess we need to find out more from the article from City Press. Let's read this one. Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Police Department (EMPD) Acting Chief Julius Mkhwanazi has been implicated in a web of corruption, misconduct, political interference that stretch into the highest office of the city of Ekurhuleni. Despite damning internal investigations and recommendation for disciplinary actions, senior officials, including former city manager, alleged moved to shield him from accountability. Mkhwanazi, who has now taken a special leave following allegation of his involvement in the illegal vehicle transfer scheme, is accused of fraudulently facilitating the handover of city-owned vehicles fitted with blue light to alleged underworld figure Vusmus Cat Matlala. Right there, you probably wonder, like me, I am asking myself this question: how did he escape all of this? What happened? I mean, what are those procedural flaws that they saw? I wish to know. But also, it would be interesting, maybe if I were to tell you that I'm coming live from MW Media Production Studio. Well, I know you say, but things have changed in the office. Well, don't worry. I told you, things are about to change. And it's going to be nice. We're going to have a lot of conversation. So, sooner or later, you will have the opportunity to come and record in this studio. With that being said, let's continue reading this article. It says the following: the revelation contains in confidential report and internal docket seen by City Press, along with first-hand interviews, not only exposes serious breaches of law and policy, but also suggests entrenched culture of protection around Mkhwanazi, even in the face of overwhelming evidence. Oh my God. A trail of irregularity is a subtitle. It continues to say, City Press understands that the allegation first came to light on the 2nd of February 2023, when investigative journalist Jeff Wicks of News 24 questioned the EMPD about suspicious blue light linked to Cat Matlala. Now, I must say, let's give credit to Jeff Wick. Jeff Wick is one investigative journalist that has been on the story. So Jeff Wick has been doing this investigative work. Now we see some of his articles emerging and trending, but Jeff Wick has been hard at work. He took the story of Matlala, Babita, and that story, he made it his personal project. And he has been breaking the story piece by piece, piece by piece. So for that, let us give credit where it is due. Now, speaking about this thing, look at this promotion of Mkhwanazi, Ekurhuleni Metro Cop. You will remember last time I said, it appears like, when you're looking at things there, it appears like you do something bad, instead of being disciplined, you get promoted. In other words, you get incentivized for doing wrong things. Well, speaking about being incentivized, I will also ask you to do the right thing and do this. If you're not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Because to subscribe, it is free. To like the video, it is free. To comment in the comment section below, it is free of charge. To like the video, it is free of charge. You can also join. Click the join button. Become a member of this YouTube channel. You will pay from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also make use of the Super Thanks button. You can donate from as little as 20 Rand a month as we proceed. Okay, now having done the right thing, now I want us to proceed with City Press digging deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Well, let's start here. They said the following. Neza told City Press that they have approached Mkhwanazi and explained the allegation that they were planning to proceed with internal investigation. He said, "We had the authority to investigate, but we wanted to sensitize her, and one of the reasons was there was an issue called Vusmuzi Ket Matlala involved in this. We informed her because we knew that this individual called Vusmuzi Ket Matlala was going to be implicated in many of these things, and already Matlala was a suspect in Babita's assassination. She then gave us a go-ahead to proceed, and we suspended Mkhwanazi on the 24th of February 2023. So, he's suspended. Hey, this man, how many, okay, yeah, but I do remember him. You will remember in the article that I did, I said the manner in which he came back, it's still mysterious, by the way. He came back under mysterious circumstances. You remember that? You'll remember on a previous episode, I even said there was a report that they knew exactly what the man was doing, but they took that evidence and shoved it on the shelf and continued as if it is as business as usual. Not me. The evidence that I produced then. But let's proceed. It continues to say. So we were not just going to investigate this matter involving Mkhwanazi even further without telling our boss. Oh my daughter. Forged donation letter. At the center of Erasmus' investigation was a letter dated 16 October 2021, written on a City of Ekurhuleni letterhead and signed by Mkhwanazi. The letter claimed that EMPD had endless working relationship and memorandum of understanding with Ket Matlala, VIP, to assist EMPD officers and any VIP protection security services. Also listed vehicle alleged donated to the municipality, including BMW. Okay, I think I've read all these cars. I'm not gonna go back and read all the vehicles here. Guys, there are people who are robbing a bank broad daylight in front of police. It is this situation. But you know what is worse more than anything here is the fact that who is committing this type of crimes? You know, when a civilian commits a crime, it's understandable. But when an official does that, it's questionable. I'm telling you, it's questionable. So, this is very much worrying. But the article doesn't stop here. I just wanted to highlight the fact that when a police commit a crime, it feels that it's a 10 times worse when it's committed by a police officer. A little bit less when it is committed by a civilian. Not that a civilian has a right to commit crime. Didn't say that. But let's proceed with the article. It says, but spies dismissed the letter illegal and unauthorized, telling colleagues through an email that no civilian can be allowed to impersonate police officers at all. The fact that this letter was actually issued assist private individuals in committing the crime of impersonations. Spies explains that after receiving a media inquiry, immediately asked Mkhwanazi to account for the letter in question, which carried his signature and included a list of vehicle registration number. Mkhwanazi, who was attached to MPD Specialized Service, submitted document claiming working relationship with CAT VIP. He said the company had supported EMPD with resources and had even been part of the operational plan for the mayor's 2022 State of the City address. Right? We don't wanna know. Guys, it just continues to be Guningi and Guningia. It's just getting worse and worse because such records will be traced. And say if you assisted the so and so on the city of what 2022 state of what, let's get the records. I hope those records are there to prove this assertion, because at this particular juncture, I feel like we are being, I almost used that word, but let me not. Let's continue reading this. To my knowledge, CAT VIP has never been a supplier to the city and has never been contracted to perform any work of EMPD. We do not use private security companies unless there is a formal contract or agreement in place. The letter issued to whom it may concern was not a lawful document. It damaged the reputation of EMPD as law enforcement agencies. Yo, I know. Go be. The information that I'm getting here is a very detailed information, a very detailed report. You know, I will say, and I will say it again with my chest out, that if Mkhwanazi doesn't get prosecuted this time, he will never get prosecuted. If he escape this time, he will never account. Because tell me why Mkhwanazi said all these things that might come back and bite him again. Tell me why. Well, whilst you're still thinking and you want to tell me why, let's continue here. In December 2022, Director Mkhwanazi approached me about vehicle donation to EMPD. I told him the licensing department was closing for the holidays, and I asked him to return in January with a formal donation letter. In January 2023, Director Mkhwanazi approached me with a document to register donated vehicle for EMPD. In February 2023, Director Mkhwanazi told me that the donation was cancelled and sent people to collect the document to return the vehicle to the donor, Stein said. Whew. I think you can already see where this thing is going. Lies, 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 lies. Lies, 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 lies. I don't even have to say it. It's there for you to see it for what it is. But you know what I'm going to do now? Let's now go down. Let's now go through all the charges. Mkhwanazi. Let's go through them. The charges include Mkhwanazi is accused of issuing an authorizing letter of official EMPD letterhead in October 2021 without approval, amounting to gross, dishonest, and insubordination and abuse of authority. 1. 2. Between 2020 to 2022, he allegedly entered into a relationship with Matlala Security Service and Medicare without proper authority or procurement processes, bypassing municipal procedure. 3. In December 2022, he allegedly orchestrated fraudulent resignation of our registration of our vehicle, 2 BMWs, a Mercedes-Benz VW Golf as city assets on notice, even though the city did not acquire them. 4. He allegedly enabled third party to impersonate police officers by issuing letterhead EMPD, by letting letters on EMPD letterhead and unlawful allowing them to use blue light in violation of our law. 5. On the 14th of February 2023, Mkhwanazi reportedly claimed to have solicited and received 300,000 donation for EMPD Training Academy without following approved donation procedure. Oh my God. That was 5, ne? 6. On 9th of February 2023, he allegedly submitted an altered operational plan for the state of the city of address with fraudulent pages and signatures, misrepresenting it as an official EMPD document. Ha! You'll remember that same Mkhwanazi, by the way, was on the media. We're talking about Mkhwanazi from Ekurhuleni. He was on the media arguing that, you know what, Mkhwanazi was misled. Me, I never did, I didn't do it, but now he's charged of those things. You know, this thing of people going on the media and start saying things and things and things, it worries me. I'll tell you why. I get worried because when you start talking on the media, you see that clip of Mkhwanazi, we will be quoting Mkhwanazi from his own words. I hope that investigation doesn't become true, because he accused Mkhwanazi of being misinformed on public. So for that, we are waiting. We will wait. I'm just saying, I hope, and I hope he is right. Because if he's wrong, we'll bring that clip and say you were on ENCA and you said Mkhwanazi was misinformed. Let's finish the last part of the article, which is very interesting as well. They are saying Julius is not to be touched, revealing the element of political interference and protection of Mkhwanazi. Nzinza told City Press he was personally phoned by City Manager Mashazi on the eve of extending the suspension in May 2023. She went off on me asking why we hated Julius so much. She told me directly, Julius is not to be touched. Don't you dare try to touch Mkhwanazi. So now we know who is protecting Mkhwanazi. We know who is protecting Mkhwanazi. Yeah, hey, I did not block anything. She responded, we did the investigation through external expert, who later said Mkhwanazi had nothing to answer. I hope even today they will not find any evidence that will say Mkhwanazi should have answered. Because if that's the case, it means that you must be charged. Okay? Now, speaking about being charged, let us now focus on the lady who was protecting her. Listen to what she said. So I have the forensic report. I did not block any suspension for or no protect anybody. Secondly, all the reports, the legal reports, I refer them to legal for me to be advised. I was advised by Kami Bahiri that we cannot act on this report. We need to do an internal investigation. But the phrasing of your word, it is a problem to me. She added to say, no, Mkhwanazi is a liar. I'm not going to respond to silly things that I called him to say he must not touch Mkhwanazi. If I wanted to protect Julius, I was going to do an investigation. I wanted external forensic firm to do real investigation, not based on proceeds and whatever. I don't function like that. Asazi thina into esiyaziyo nje ukuthi hey siyabuya iCity Press iyapheka investigator iCity Press. Good people, this article is very long but very, very informative. I did say in one of my videos that it appears like there are people who were protecting Mkhwanazi. I did that story long ago. I did that story and I said, guys, there's something off about this. Turns out, apha mangam himu malumegini kulengo mangimdala ngehlula abadala himu malumegini angithi athi ngithule apha mangami himu malumegini.